welcome back to this week's edition of Wrestle Chat with your host, K-Dog
and E-Boy.
Oh boy, what a week we had, from last weekend to this weekend. There was a lot of crazy stuff that happened in the world of professional wrestling, and one big thing. If any of our viewers know where we're from the great city of Toronto, and what happened in the great city of Toronto last week Saturday? All freaking out. All out Toronto. And we were there. As if anyone who saw the video, if you haven't seen the video, you can go check it out. We put our reaction, our feels of the event, but we're going to go a little small depth of overall that we couldn't do in the All Out video, if you know. So, well, what was All Out? A great experience. That's what it was. A very, very good experience.
Hell yeah. So much fun. Great matches, even for the most part. We ended up skipping out on the main event, but
yeah, if you saw the All Out video, you saw we explained it. But we'll I'll let him go in depth as to why we didn't.
We'll get into why in a second because it does tie into our next point. But I did actually watch the Kyle Fletcher match. I thought it was okay. I thought Hangman did his thing. Still don't like Kyle Fletcher. But
boo, Kyle, boo!
But he did impress me here. So, gave it a solid 3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
But that's not great for a main event.
Hey,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Also, that doesn't show impressed when you're still giving it a 3. I'm being serious.
Mostly for Hangman. But, that dead eye off the top rope was very solid. I will through the table. Very solid stuff.
Yeah.
Wish I had seen that live, to be honest, because we missed a very big and key return to form for the tag team of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, which I'm upset we did not get to see live a little bit.
I blame Kyle Fletcher for that.
Who could have thought? And then we decided to go to a bar, great bar by the way, called the Fox and the Falcon. If you're in Toronto, they play wrestling. They are fantastic.
I wouldn't say fantastic because they're not there yet. They're a startup bar.
It's fantastic in the sense that what other bar do you know in this great city that plays professional wrestling? Not many.
Real sports bar, but apparently they chose not to this past weekend.
Which is why you should go to the Fox and the Falcon if you want your pro wrestling needs and you want to go to a bar. Back to the video at hand. We watched WrestlePalooza. And why am I saying it like that?
Yeah.
WWE dropped the ball, man. There was, 2 good matches on that show?
Yeah. But before we go into WWE dropping the ball, I'm still going to stand on, I blame Kyle Fletcher for missing some great moments in All Out, and I blame Kyle Fletcher for us watching that piece of crap. I'm serious. Kyle Fletcher, if you're watching, it's your fault.
Thank you for making us miss the Jungle Boy return.
Yeah, I blame you, Kyle Fletcher. I hope you're watching.
Well, no, because he'll beat us up.
So what?
Anyhow. You want beef with the Don Callis family?
Oh. We're gonna sidetrack here with the WrestlePalooza. F the Don Callis family, and everybody in Toronto felt exactly the same way. And it was probably the loudest F the Don Callis family chant I've heard. I'm being honest.
100%. 100% the loudest Don Callis fuck you chant I've ever heard. Sorry, that's my language. But yeah. Very, from top to bottom, could have been better. I still enjoyed All Out, but honestly, I think it wasn't as good as other AEW shows. I'm still happy we saw it. I still am happy we went to see it live. There's nothing better than professional wrestling.
But not worth missing for would you call what we saw that we missed for? What would you call that?
What do you mean?
Well, we missed some moments.
We missed big key moments.
Yes, but what did we miss it for? What would you even call that we missed?
WrestlePalooza.
But what would you even call that?
A mistake. So, we watched WrestlePalooza. We got there right around the time that Brock was shitting the bed with John Cena.
Well, the match just started. The bell rung as we got in.
It was actually about, from what I know, it was about 15 minutes into the match.
No, because when we walked in, I heard a bell.
I didn't hear a bell.
I heard a bell.
Okay.
So it was SummerSlam all over again. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
It was just suplex and suplex and suplex, and like a little bit of a John Cena comeback, and then F5, 1, 2, 3.
No, 2 F5s and then 1, 2, 3.
It was predictable. We all knew that Brock just came to shit on Cena, and he did. And I am gonna say this, and I don't care about you Brock fans. I'm sorry. I respect the fact that that you exist, but like, I don't care, man. I'm gonna say it. Brock Lesnar coming back has not been good at all.
He hasn't done anything.
Has destroyed John Cena for no reason. Has not come back to do anything else of note. Was not needed on this card whatsoever. Made it 10 times worse. And had one of the worst wrestling matches I've seen in the last 10 years. Not hyperbole. Shit was terrible. He phoned it in. He didn't even hit the F5 properly. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Then we get into a solid match between the Vision, Braun, as Kashin likes to call it.
That's what they're called.
K-Dog likes to call them Braun. I like to call them the Vision, because that's what they are.
Yeah, but they're still called...
Of the Vision.
Everyone else calls them Braun.
No, only you call them Braun.
Have you seen every single person that faces against them? They always say, hey, look, we want to face Braun.
Because they're making fun of them. It's not their actual tag team name.
That has become their name.
That's a terrible tag team name.
Hey,
anyway,
let it be.
LA Knight was
They're like a Bon.
LA Knight. Oh, God. LA Knight was a saving grace of this match.
No, he wasn't.
It was solid. But at the same
LA was a terrible guest referee.
I liked him. And I felt like it made the match a little bit better.
Hey, we've seen better special guest referees.
I'm not saying he's the greatest special guest referee.
He did absolutely nothing except say, do whatever you want. He didn't even do anything.
Which was great, because the match would have been even more boring if it wasn't, tornado styles. Hey.
Austin, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Can I name you actual special guest referees?
I'm not saying he's an actor. Like he
just felt like a normal referee that forgot the rules. That's what he felt like.
It was an alright match. And then we got into Stephanie Vacquer and Io Sky. Hands down, my match of the night. Or at least up there. Very, very solid. Extremely well done. I was on the edge of my seat. So excited. Very happy with the end result. Stephanie Vacquer is the Women's World Champion. She deserves it. I hope she has a long reign with the title.
I doubt it.
I do wonder, it's a little bit of a question, was it too soon?
Yes.
And will this affect her popularity going forward? Because there's a question here, if she's not booked right, if this was too soon, and if it is too soon, then are the fans going to turn on her?
Yes.
Because she's been over-pushed at this point.
Yes.
And you know how angry people are at Rhea for that.
I'm sorry. Rhea's still over. She's still
over.
Because they slowly pushed her.
No.
When she first...
She's been getting title shot after title shot after title shot.
But when she first came in, what happened? It took a year for her to even get somewhere, and then a year from that. Vacquer? Like that. So, yes.
Well, the thing is, with Vacquer, her run has been very, very like that. Because in NXT, she immediately was jumped into the North American title scene, won that, held it for like 3 months, went straight into the NXT title, had the women's title for, another 2-3 months, and then skyrocketed to the main roster. To be fair, she's extremely popular. So on her, she has become very over, and that makes a whole lot of sense to put the belt on someone when they're white hot.
But too soon.
But I don't think she's a white hot babyface yet. I think she's hot. I think she's a hot babyface right now.
Pun intended.
No. I think
Pun literally attended.
Oh my god. It's not what I meant. I meant that she is really, really, like, popular right now, but I don't think she had skyrocketed to popularity yet. Now,
exactly.
The women's world title, putting it on her, that could make her that popular. It also could have the opposite effect. Well, we will not know until the reign really begins. I don't think her and Tiffy being,
Hell no.
being her first match as champion is going to go well. Because either way you look at it, if Stephanie loses, that loses momentum for her. If Tiffy loses, that loses momentum for her. Nobody wins in this situation.
If Tiffy loses, doesn't hurt her at all. But if Fat Care loses, game over.
I do have a feeling she's going to lose to Tiffy. Tiffy's on fire right now. But I don't know.
Anyway.
We'll see.
But yeah. But even with all of this, they dropped the ball. And I'm still pissed off that I chose to watch that crap instead of staying and finishing all out. I'm serious.
Well, we're not done. There's other matches.
Does it really matter? At this point, they dropped the ball.
AJ Lee and Punk was the best. Was fantastic.
Great.
That was a great return for AJ.
Great return. Great
AJ
Lee. I'm happy you
returned.
returned.
Let's get into.
But that doesn't help. That doesn't save the grace that ESPN is pissed off at WWE and
get there.
And even said this: if they keep failing like this, they're thinking about walking away from this deal.
We'll get there.
Hey,
we will get there. I want to talk about the main event really quickly. Cody and Drew was very solid, but also very boring.
It was
we were all expecting something big. That might be on us for expecting something big.
They did nothing but a short 20-minute. Everybody did clean.
It felt like watching a house show main event.
Hold on. You're giving credit to the house shows. You're being too nice. You're giving credit to the house shows.
It wasn't a bad.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't a bad main event. It was also just kind of boring. I don't think that it should have main evented the show. Personally, I think AJ and Punk should have main evented the show. There was a lot more hype going into that match.
Good for you, AJ.
That said, I think she should have main evented the show. She didn't main event the show. So, the pay-per-view was nothing special by any means. It almost felt like a Saturday night's main event that they renamed WrestlePalooza.
At least Saturday night's main event actually has stuff. This was just, what can we throw together just to see if we could piss off AEW?
The fact that WWE thought, this could go head-to-head with All Out. And the other fact that WWE...
I'm sorry, this was All Out's biggest buyout. They reported that this was the biggest buyout for All Out.
Well, because it didn't affect people from making the right choice.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Hold on. Kyle Fletcher made us make a bad decision.
Unfortunately.
So, screw you, Kyle Fletcher.
Unfortunately, we did make the bad choice because we're a wrestling channel to cover both shows.
No, it wasn't because we needed to cover both shows. Kyle Fletcher made us say, screw you.
I mean, I was going to cover both shows regardless because I would like to give both a chance. But WrestlePalooza dropped the ball. A C from ESPN is deserved. You screwed the pooch.
If they screw up again, ESPN said they're on their tail. I'm sorry. Anyhow, too long. Let's move on. Next was a big deal. Very, 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 very big deal. Well, it's a big deal because we're talking about AJ Styles here. 2 years ago, he said he was going to retire this year, but then decided to extend his contract. But now he has confirmed it that he said his body literally may not be able to take it, and he doesn't want to end up like wrestlers who could not go because of their body. Which I 100% praise AJ Styles for saying next year when his contract's up, sometime next year, when it's done, he wants that one big final match and go off in the sunset. Which I 100% agree. And I 100% side with AJ Styles' decision. 100%. 100%. You don't have anything to say?
Not really, because I totally get where AJ's coming from. He wants to give the fans the best version of himself. And the only way to do that is to know when you're done. Look at Cena. He knows when he's done. He's given the fans that one farewell tour.
Actually, Cena said it a while ago that he should have retired then because his body can't take it, and after every match, he's in pain.
Well, sometimes you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them.
Yep.
Know when to run. Kenny Rogers. Not the point. The point is that AJ Styles is knowing when he needs to fold. He knows when he needs to leave. He wants to leave a lasting impression. If he stays too long, he risks damaging his legacy. And personally speaking, I think that is the right choice. So I agree with AJ. And moving on to that.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you for all the years you've given us. Thank you, Mr. TNA. Oh, by the way.
I'm very excited to see him face Cena.
By the way, next year, check this out. Next year, all the misters of their companies are gone.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy.
Thank you. Anyways.
Well, let's get into it. To another retiring superstar. John Cena says that he made the farewell tour to elevate new stars.
Not just new stars, just stars in general.
Stars. Well, I don't think you did much for Brock since he's done everything.
Doesn't need a rub from anyone.
Doesn't need a rub. In fact, just needs to leave. Leave, Brock. Leave. I don't care if you get mad at me for saying this. Leave, Brock.
Okay, can we get back on Cena?
Yes. Back to Cena. Well, who have you elevated, John? You elevated Cody? He didn't need elevation.
Yes, he did. Cody got elevated. One. We're going to check one.
I don't really think he needed it.
I know, but we're checking one off.
Company.
At least he stuck to his
word. Like LeBron going to a minor league baseball game and beating up...
You mean basketball game?
Basketball game. Yes. Well, no. If it was a minor league baseball game, he could even win. Like,
the guy actually plays football for fun, so make this... You could say he goes to football instead. Because he actually plays football for fun.
The metaphor
I know.
It's like... It doesn't... It's like, it doesn't... Elevating Cody's not a really something I would say he needed.
I know,
right?
But at least we could check he did one thing.
He did one. Technically speaking, he kind of tried to elevate Logan Paul. And I don't care if people get mad about this. I do think that match was fantastic.
No, it wasn't.
You can have your opinion, and I can have mine. That said, I will give him that. So that's 2 check marks.
It wasn't, because Logan didn't go anywhere. He didn't get elevated.
Well,
you know what ended up happening?
Work enough for it to work.
Well, do you know what ended up happening?
What?
It actually dropped Logan worse. It actually did do better. It made it worse on Logan.
Opinions are opinions. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we're doing. We're chatting. So, like, this is the context. I feel how I feel, and you feel how you feel, and that's fine.
I know, but I'm saying in a general context, if you watch what happened to Logan, he actually went down rather than up.
I disagree. I'm sure that when he comes back,
he's going to be a bigger star than he was. People actually complained and said it didn't need it and actually want him to go away when that happened.
Okay, well,
that means he went down.
You're the end-all, be-all of professional wrestling.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying the crowd. When you're hearing the crowd, they wanted him to go away.
Fair enough. Okay.
So it didn't help. At least with Cody, people wanted more of Cody and Cena. That's called elevating when you want more of them. Not when you want one to go away.
I disagree with you.
When you want one to go away and to go feud with somebody else, that's not helping.
I disagree with you. John has 2 check marks in my book.
He has 1.
And then
what about the Dom Mysterio that he talked about?
I want to see that.
He also talked about wanting to put over Dom.
I feel like if we're gonna do the Dom Mysterio thing, it's probably gonna be one of his last things. Likely it will be Boston or it will be New York for the Saturday night's main event. Because MSG won out, and he's not going to finish his career in Boston, which is a damn shame. But
he should have finished it in Boston.
But finishing in MSG is also really good. So I'm excited for that. However, again, we're going to see John's last match with tons of commercials. That feels wrong. Is what it is. It is kind of fitting because John is obsessed with the old Saturday night's main events. If you know anything about John Cena, you know the very first time he watched professional wrestling was when he caught a Saturday night's main event. Without it, we wouldn't have John Cena, which Sheen would be really happy about. But I would be devastated. That said,
technically, Cena never wanted to be a wrestler. Technically, he wanted to be a bodybuilder and failed, and then happened to run into Vince.
Doesn't matter.
That's what happened.
Doesn't matter how it happened. You cannot deny the influence of John Cena. Moving on.
I know, but I'm just saying, you were saying that it was Saturday Night's Main Event. It was just because he failed as a bodybuilder and happened to run into Vince.
Moving on.
It's the same thing with Batista, by the way. They both have the same story. Anyways, yeah, next.
Wrestling encyclopedia over here.
I read wrestlers' biographies. Anyways, next was a huge announcement from Tony Khan. The first ever, kid you not, if anyone who's watched AEW since day one knows that Tony Khan's major announcements are usually you could have just thrown it out there. You didn't need to make a major announcement. This one was a major announcement. The first of its major announcement. The AEW Women's Tag Titles, which, by the way, before we go into it, why the hell didn't they have an AEW Women's Tag Division from the beginning? Okay, not very beginning, but maybe a year later.
No, they should have. They absolutely should have. I think it's because AEW has like 19 titles already, but that's, neither here nor there. There's a lot of titles because you have ROH plus you have AEW.
ROH doesn't count.
Well, now they've started to separate them. For a long time, they had ROH titles on AEW TV. So when you have those things in
Nick Wayne, Lee Moriarty, they show up on AEW regularly. They're champions.
But they don't typically defend on AEW. They mostly defend now on ROH. Before they used to defend on AEW. And so there was a lot of titles at once, and it feels like a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I understand the decision why they decided not to do what they wanted to do with the women's tag division yet, but it's heating up. There's a lot of different variety there, especially as of Wednesday. There was that big thing. We're going to get the first female blood and guts match between Team Hater and the Triangle of Madness. Big things in the women's tag division.
The only problem with that one, and I'm not saying it's a problem because I see it or he sees it or the next person sees it. When they announced that, a lot of fans went on social media and said, a lot of the wrestlers that were chosen for this match aren't specialized in this type of match, which I could kind of see where some people pointed out, like, for example, Queen Aminata, or they brought up someone like Willow or Sky Blue, and I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Well, Willow's not guaranteed to be in the match. Right now, it's just Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter announced. We have a feeling Willow will be in it. We don't know.
Yeah, but
also Willow was in a hardcore match at All Out. We were there for the brawl.
I know, but I'm just going based on
that was great.
I know, but I'm just going based on what the fans said on social media.
Get Harley Cameron in the match. It'd be great.
And I get it. There are some wrestlers here that's not really their style, which I get it. But you're doing blood and guts. Yeah. You could screw up in that match and still look good.
So, look, we all know the Triangle of Madness is very likely to take those tag titles.
I don't think so.
Well, who do you think's going to take them?
They're not going to. I think knowing Tony Khan, he's going to strap it on a babyface first. Knowing Tony Khan.
Not a guarantee. That said, my prediction that this is the Triangle of Madness will be the first ever women's tag team champions. They will also win Blood and Guts. That is my prediction.
And they can't win Blood and Guts.
Why?
Because then you need to continue the feud. Blood and Guts is the end.
I think they're gonna win Blood and Guts. They need the win. They need it desperately. That said, back to it. Let's get into it. Do we see Jey Uso turning heel?
Yes.
I don't think that's the right choice, personally. I really don't. I don't think that's a good idea. He's a white-hot babyface. People love him. People chant yeet. People buy the merch.
Correction.
Why break something that isn't broken?
Correction. Not white-hot. Brown-hot. Or black-hot. Or what do you call Samoans?
So for the record, the term white-hot means that...
I know that, but you get the...
No, just for the audience.
Oh, they understand the joke.
I don't know.
Stop explaining a joke. Okay. You take a joke out of it.
I don't think it was... Okay, anyways. Back to it. I feel as though Jey Uso should not be a heel. He shouldn't. I don't think that works. I think that's a terrible decision. You have a babyface who who is beloved, who sells tons of merch.
Yeet.
Why are you breaking something that isn't broken?
Yeet.
I'm dead serious here. Look, not
Yeet.
everybody likes him. Some people call him Yeet Merchant. I
Yeet.
understand the context. I can also understand people thinking that he's overrated. At the same time, he sells tickets and he sells merch and the kids love him. Why are you going to turn him heel? That's just going to make him irrelevant.
Oh, I know. 100%.
And it's going to hurt Jimmy in the process, too.
Yeah, because they reunite the Usos as the Uso Penitentiary. Why all of a sudden? Oh, Jimmy, I don't like it. I don't like it that you're not agreeing with me. Jimmy, I don't like that you're doing this. Jimmy, why are you helping LA? Jimmy, why are you doing this? Jimmy, why are you doing that? It's like, bro, you guys just reunited and just said the Uso Penitentiary's back, and all of a sudden you're questioning your own twin brother, and then you're walking out on him and then saying screw you?
Yeah, I mean, like, it almost feels like Triple H is asleep at the wheel here if he does this. It's not good. Like, the Usos are beloved, man. You can't turn them heel right now because they're the most, like, over tag team and they should just put the belts back on them. I'm sorry to say. I understand they've had the belts like 100 times, and I understand that
they're not New Day.
But at the same time,
I know, but you said 100 times. I'm just saying they're not New Day.
Okay, sure, they're not the New Day. But let's argue, to be fair, that the New Day having the belts wasn't any better.
No, it wasn't.
Heel New Day is just not working. But even if you went face New Day, I think people are just sick of them at the moment. No. We're not here to talk about the New Day. We're here to talk about the Usos. And the Usos need to stay babyface right now.
Yeet! Jay needs to stay.
If they go heel, I just think it's going to kill all their momentum.
Well, Jay's going to go heel. Jimmy... It seems like Jimmy's been defending LA and want to stay babyface. It's
gonna kill all his momentum. It's gonna remind me of when they broke up frickin' Crime Time for no reason. Didn't make a lick of sense then. Doesn't make a lick of sense now. R.I.P. Shad Gaspard.
It's also the same thing when they jumped the shark with the Bloodline storyline where Jay was a face. And then Jimmy was going to turn face and help his brother because he was getting fed up with Roman. And then all of a sudden attacks Jay for no apparent reason. And now we're flipping the story the other way around. Like,
well, this is another
we're jumping the shark.
They are jumping the shark. And
Two times.
And here's the other thing. People forget Jimmy was the one who kicked Roman in the face. And then they decided to make it seem like Jay did it. Like, WWE just abandons plot lines, and I think this is exactly the type of thing they're going to do, and I think it's a big misstep, personally.
Yeah. If anyone's watching from creatives, don't turn Jay heel.
No.
Don't break up the Usos.
Don't.
Get rid of LA. LA Knight doesn't need to be in this.
Do not pull a Crime Time breakup. This is not a good idea.
Agreed. Well, enough of Jay and enough of eating our pants off. What happened on SmackDown? The worst moment in SmackDown history happened.
I don't know if it was the worst moment. It's pretty bad.
It was a really, really bad moment. Nia F's up Jade so bad that she's literally out of this match. She's busted so far. When you saw a camera zoom in for a second, you could see right through her eyebrow.
I thought we were talking about the fucked up pin.
Well, it was everything about it. Like, it went so far deep that you could see muscle tissues. And then Jade is supposed to be taken care of, so you could see that they're trying to work things into, like, all right, how do we get Jade a little bit better so at least she can come in, do the planned spot?
Mm-hmm.
But what ends up happening with the planned spot, Nia's, like, not kicking out, and the referee is one... And a lot of people were calling out the referee for this. Here's the thing. I actually saw posts from former referees, from indie referees, and referees in other companies that say that they have an earpiece because somebody in the back tells them what to do. Yeah. So she was counting 1, 2, and then stopped because probably somebody in her earpiece said, I don't like this finish. Keep the planned finish. But the planned finish was another random pin.
Yeah, honestly, and we've seen it before, when wrestlers don't kick out, it's shoot, you just count. You're supposed to count. That's a little bit on the referee. It's mostly on Nia.
It's not on the referee because somebody in her earpiece probably told her.
I didn't say it was completely. They said it's partially, and it's mostly on Nia. Because how the hell are you not going to kick out when that's not the finish? How did she not know?
And to make matters worse,
makes Tiffy look bad, makes Jade look bad, makes the ref look bad, kills the main event.
It did, 100%. And you know what was even...
And it was a great match up to that point.
But you know what was even worse about that? When the referee went 1, 2, and then stopped, and then got up, then Nia decided, oh, let me kick out. And we're like, the referee already got up, Tiffy already got up, and Tiffany was confused why you kicked out.
It was giving 2K WWE when you're like the special guest referee and you get up at the 2 so you don't count the 3.
It was so weird. And then when Nia gets up, it's like she looks at everyone like nothing happened, and Tiffy's yelling, and I'm like, Tiffy had every right to yell at you.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what they were thinking. Terrible finish. Ruined a really good main event.
100%.
Very sad, and hopefully Jade gets well soon.
Yeah. Sending the well wishes to Jade for a speedy recovery, and I don't know why. I really, really don't know why WWE brought back Nia, because this isn't the first time. This isn't the second time.
It's not.
4th time that she's hurt somebody this bad that they had to go in and get surgery or stitches, one or the other.
I don't see why Nia is there. Like, she's trying, but she's still not good.
Even look at the time that they had to pull Tiffany Stratton off of WrestlePalooza. Why? Because she had her match with Nia on SmackDown 2 weeks prior, and Nia hurt her where she needed 2 or 3 weeks off. Is she safe?
I think Nia could get better. I think maybe she should go to NXT.
I'm sorry. She's been doing this for how long and still hasn't gotten a slidge better?
Maybe she could go to NXT.
I'm sorry. WWE, fire Nia.
I'm not going to say fire.
Fire Nia, period.
Send her to NXT for
people,
a little bit.
Comment down below if you agree. Hashtag fire Nia Jax.
Disagree.
Well, anyways, enough on Nia snacks. Moving on to the next thing.
Let's not call her that. Anyways, what's the next? Let's talk about TNA, because so far this NXT partnership, in my opinion, has been not beneficial for TNA. We've seen,
but apparently a lot of TNA wrestlers thinks it's the best thing since TNA.
Viewership wise, sure. They're getting lots more viewers. They're getting a lot more eyes on the product. However, most of your division is getting beat by NXT guys. It makes your entire roster look weak by comparison. Trick's been champion for, 6 months now?
I lost count. Seriously, I lost count.
So, there's a chance he could end up encroaching on some of the bigger reigns. And that's not a good thing, because he's a complete outsider from the company. He should not have one of the longest reigns. He's not going to yet. And I feel like he's dropping the belt at Bound for Glory, which would be the right choice. But who is going to take that belt? Likely Mike Santana. But do we know for sure? I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
That said, it was a really cool thing to see TNA invade NXT. That was pretty cool.
It was. And did you see... after NXT, what was it? 2 days later, Ava Raine posted on Twitter with her standing right next to the old Invasion logo with the NXT logo replacing the old WWF logo.
It was really cool to see. We're going to get the Invasion pay-per-view, TV special on the Tuesday. We're also getting the Hardys versus Dark State.
Well, didn't they also say they're gonna also do War Games with TNA and NXT?
No, they said Survivor Series style matches.
Oh.
So 8-man Survivor Series elimination style, which is great to see again because we don't see those anymore because they replaced Survivor Series matches with War Games. So it's cool to see that again.
Exactly.
And it does bring us back to the original Invasion angle where they had the big tag match at Invasion. So I like what they're doing, and I like them bringing back the older pay-per-views. And NXT No Mercy was a very solid show.
Yes.
We don't really have time to get into it, but it was a very solid show.
But you know what?
Shook up the division.
Yes.
Ricky Saints is the new NXT champion.
Yes. But I will say this, with going back to the TNA invading NXT.
Yeah.
Who took charge? Who was the leader of Team TNA?
Seems like the complete Matt Cardona. Which they're actually calling him the complete Matt Cardona.
Thank you. Matt Cardona's back in a WWE ring.
And he's Matt Cardona.
Because for years, well, couple years, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know how long it's been, they wanted to bring him back.
But it's Zack Ryder.
He didn't want that. He wanted Matt Cardona, but he's always talked about, I want to go back to WWE, but there's one thing holding it back. And they finally gave it to him.
I have a feeling when his TNA contract expires, we're going to get the complete Matt Cardona on the main roster. And I'm excited at the prospect.
I'm always ready.
And they're going to put Chelsea Green with him. It's going to be great.
Oh, hell nah. Hell no. Hell no. Keep him away from the Secret Harvest. He does not need to be part of that.
I hope Piper gets better soon.
Oh, no. Oh, speaking of Piper Niven, this is a career-ending injury. They said if the surgery, they cannot fully do it, she cannot return in the ring. That's how bad this injury is. I'm not gonna go far into it because, well, we all already know. But anyhow, we're gonna close off the night with the biggest news to come out. If this is an if again, remember the word if. The key word is if. IF, right? If WWE allows this, because remember, before we talk about what this is, remember WWE let Nakamura go to Pro Wrestling Noah to go to Kaiji Muta's retirement because that was his teacher. That was his mentor. The guy that brought 100%. Him into pro wrestling, gave him his start and called him one of this generation's Three Musketeer. Yeah. So if they let him go there and let him do that, there's a big if, because Finn Balor recently was in an interview with, I forgot where he was, but he was interviewed, and he said nothing but praise to Tanahashi. He even made a post on his Instagram, and then he said, if Tanahashi is watching this or listening to this, I want to be your final opponent at Wrestle Kingdom 20.
I think that would be great. Now the question is, we have seen WWE do a partnership with Noah, right? But the thing is, will they do one with New Japan? New Japan's very close-knit with AEW. We know WWE is very anti-AEW. So will they let Finn go do that? Is the real question here. Now, we're living in a very different landscape WWE-wise, because I highly doubt in previous eras that they would have let TNA invade NXT like that.
No. If it was Vincent Kennedy McMahon, he would have never acknowledged. What? I'm sorry, he did acknowledge TNA.
Yeah, but he called them a pissant company.
No. This was on one of the episodes of Bite This. Yeah. He's like, hey, there's this new company TNA, and they actually praised them, but. But he wouldn't work with them.
No, he wouldn't work with any company. But we're living in a much different landscape where WWE does lots of crossovers. It's a possibility. Do I think Finn versus Tanahashi would be a great final match for him? Absolutely. Now here's the thing. Who do you put over? Because obviously you're supposed to put Tanahashi over.
This is the big thing with it, because why? For some of you who don't know why this is such a big deal, we're gonna go back to Nakamura going to Pro Wrestling Noah for Kaiji Muta's final tour. Not Great Muta, Kaiji Muta. Because again, like we said, mentor, trainer, teacher, the one that gave him one of the Three Musketeers title, correct? Who is Finn Balor to Tanahashi? Tanahashi was the one who vouched for Finn Balor to come to New Japan. He's the one who brought him into the dojo and trained him in the New Japan dojo as not a young lion, but a one step above a young lion, and brought him in and was his first opponent in New Japan.
100%.
So, like Nakamura to Kaiji Muta, Finn Balor to Tanahashi, it makes total sense. It makes 100% sense. Will WWE do it? We don't know.
We don't know.
Should they do it?
I think so.
Hell yes.
It makes
the most sense.
I mean, do you think Tanahashi deserves to win his final match?
No. He's gotta. You know the old.
But like,
it's
is
the
that
old
good to
rule.
put over WWE guys on a New Japan show, which will likely main event the show?
No.
Or close.
The IWGP title always main events.
But like, it's gonna be a big match on the show.
It will be, but
Finn's not even in New Japan. Why doesn't he give that rub to somebody younger who's in the company still, who can become the next like Okada?
Says
example.
Kaiji Muda, who put Nakamura over.
Yeah, I get it, but like...
It's the old tradition in wrestling. You go out on your back to the one you want to carry the baton after you.
This is the thing. Is Finn Balor going to be the ace of WWE when he comes back? No!
Hell no!
They don't give him shit!
They don't. He should have been much bigger than he is, but where is he?
The mid-rate guy in a third-rate faction.
Exactly.
Sorry to say to everyone that loves the Judgment
Day is amazing, but he's not even...
Well, the first iteration of the Judgment Day is amazing.
Look, every version of Judgment Day is amazing. It's just the problem with Finn
Sure
Balor... Here's the problem with Finn Balor in Judgment Day. He's always been second fiddle to someone else.
Yeah,
he's never been the guy.
But not limited to Dom now.
Dom is the guy, and he's second fiddle to Dom.
I do actually find that really funny and great. But, look, guys, unfortunately, we're running short on time. This has been an incredible Wrestle chat. So let's throw...
WWE, make Finn Balor, Tanahashi happen, and Tanahashi, listen to Finn Balor. It makes a lot of sense.
All right. This has been one hell of a Wrestle chat, my friend.
Yes, it has. There's a lot of things that happen. Till next week, remember, you like these kind of videos. You like video games. You like movies. And you like wrestling. Well, this is the channel for you. Oh, tell them, what do they need to do?
Smash that like button and share.
And don't forget, subscribe. You like this? Subscribe. This is the channel you need to subscribe to. Anyways, remember, as always, enjoy it. Keep on collecting, and we'll see y'all for another video.